Gato Perro back with another video today on the WWF JAKKS Backstage Mayhem playset. Alright, so this is a little different than what I'm used to. I don't think I've ever reviewed a playset before. But anyway, I think I've known about the existence of this, but I completely forgot about it until recently. I've seen it come up in a couple of other different videos, and it even showed up in Matt Cardona's Pig Fed. So yeah, I had to find one for myself, and truth be told, I have looked for one before in the past, but I can never find one. And there was a seller in the United Kingdom that was selling one and for 40 bucks. So I knew I had to get it. The shipping was a little high, but at the cost of 40 bucks, technically I called it a steal, even though it totally wasn't. But even so, this playset is for the most part complete, minus the fact that it's missing one catapult on this side. That's much like this one. So I will go over all the features, the little details, and just a little nuances of this playset that make it really fun, and I think a really nice display piece, especially for having them as a prop and set up your action figures inside of it. So when I originally received this, it was a little beat up and scuffed. There were some stickers on there. There used to be like an X-Pac and China sticker on that wall right there. Several other things, a lot of scratches and stuff. And if you're ever going to get this playset, and I think for just other toys in general, I found that Goo Gone, some hot water, and sponge really helped take off all the scratches, because you can see the tile flooring. There is no actual like scratches from like action figures. It is just like the detail that is on there that makes the floor look all grimy and stuff. It's like little concrete slabs, missing pieces right there. The SmackDown sticker, which I was gonna take out, but I'll leave it on. The WWF SmackDown soda machine. There's a fire hose, some kind of sirens. There's a sticker that says, "In case of emergency, break glass." What I think is a TV screen. That's a breakable wall. And then this door right here, and then exit sign, and then at the top there is a catapult, so you replace your figure up there and just flick it up, and then it just ends over here with a little bit of a concrete slab right there. And there is a back part to it, but I do want to go over the sound effects that it makes on this side. So we're over here behind the door on the left side, and I'm crossing my fingers because this playset does work, but it is a little glitchy at times. But as you can see, there is an off switch. You can flick it on, and you will hear that when it turns on. Now there are several points where sound effects will be triggered based on what you're doing. The first one you can do is you can barge in through this door. You can hear a guy screaming, like some car alarms going off. We can try this brick wall that comes down. So yeah, as you can see, that activates this TV on that side, and they can come completely apart. They're just a little bit tougher than I thought they would be. I think if you remove this TV screen, it does something too. I think it's supposed to mimic that. I guess some guys getting smashed with the TV. I think really neat is the soda machine, which you can blast into and it will make a sound effect. Oh, that's the TV screen. My bad. Okay, so I might have to do this manually, but maybe because I'm a little afraid to hit it. So there is a button back here that would be activated by the soda machine in the back. So when you hit it, yeah, with enough impact, it'll make that noise, as well as you've triggered this button, and an actual soda will launch out of the bottom. I'll do it again just in case you guys didn't see it. Yeah, so at the moment, I don't have all the sodas that came along with this. This is just a soda can / beer can that came with a Stone Cold Steve Austin figure. So that does fit in there. I do have other sodas around here somewhere, but I couldn't find them. So then lastly, on this side, we do have the fire hose over here on the right corner. So you can open up and it should trigger the siren. And then this hose is actual like string that you can pull out and use as a hose, choke somebody with it, but it doesn't actually function anything beyond that. And you can like loop it around like so. You can pretend to smash somebody's head through this glass too, because it is hollow right here. It does have a little red ladder on this side, which technically would take you up to the second level up on this side. And it does have a little switch. So technically when you would launch your wrestler off the top, he would be screaming. So really neat, although I should point out that the microphone or the speaker for this playset does not come from that drain right there. It actually comes from the back part of it that's near the toilet, which we will take a look at right now. Alright, so we are now backstage in the locker rooms where you can interrupt somebody who's taking a shit, and that would totally knock them out. So then this toilet does actually function. It does have lids that open, the first one and the second one, and it does have a button inside so that technically you could shove somebody's head in there. Let's take poor Earl Hebner and we'll shove his head in there. And you can hear a guy gargling and totally being drowned in poo water. And it does have little toilet paper roll and everything, and it has like little stalls on the side. I think I've noticed that this rock sticker is on all versions of this playset, so I think that's just meant to go there, or maybe it's pre-applied. So then we do have these lockers. Unfortunately, they do not open. A couple of stickers on there. I think one of them is supposed to have a sound. Yeah, this one. So yeah, comes off the wall, and there is a button down there at the bottom, which I think, in theory, I think you would smash your superstar up against it and it would make the noise. I don't think this left locker does anything. There is no switch at the bottom, but again, you could take it off and smash somebody with it. So this playset's pretty neat. I think that's about all the sound effects it makes, but it definitely makes for a really fun time. The way the bricks are speckled with this little black makes it really cool, a little bit more detailed than it should be. The little grimy floor on the bottom near the toilet is awesome. So this is the drain that I was speaking about. That is the speaker for this playset, so everything comes out of there. And it's officially not working, but it's a good thing I did it before I ran out of battery, because I went over all the sounds, and luckily I did before I ran out. So this playset's really old, unfortunately. It is a little bit glitchy at times, but it is still well worth it, because sometimes all I have to do is just like rotate the batteries and it'll work. I did take a picture of the underside of where the batteries go, so you can take a closer look at what that looks like on the bottom. You can see the speaker is located towards the back area where the toilet is. But overall, I'm really glad I got to show you guys the sound effects before the batteries ran out. And if you guys want to see what this looks like with Ruthless Aggression style figures, here is the Jeff Hardy that I recently reviewed. He's a little taller than the Soda Machine, but he's not too big to where it looks weird, and he's still about the size of the door, so this will definitely work for your JAKKS figures. I don't have any Mattels on me, but this playset was meant, I believe, for the older style Tantron Lifestyle figures. So here's that Triple H right there. I think I do have some Mattels. Here's a random Shawn Michaels I have in the crowd over here. Right, so here's the Mattel Shawn Michaels, so you can see what it looks like in scale. And Mattels are a little bit smaller than JAKKS, so that might work a little bit better for you. But again, I think mostly I'm going to use this on my stop motions for sure, for backstage brawls, and it'll be highly fun to use for like pick feds. But also, I think it makes a really cool display piece in which to set your figures in. It's super toyetic, and it's just the kind of playsets that we don't get anymore. I really wish we would, because I don't know, just something about Mattel's backstage playsets, they just don't look as cool as this one. You know, this one has it has attitude to it. It has a personality. You know, it's grimy. It has so many areas to play with, the sound effects, and we just don't get that anymore. So with that, I really do recommend that you guys track this down. Whether it's pick, fit, stop motion, or for display, it really is worth it. Hopefully you can find one with all of the pieces intact and it comes with everything included. So yeah, that should do it. Last thing I want to say is that adding things like ladders and tables and chairs really does bring this to life. Maybe you can set up like a little catering table here. The possibilities are endless. So yeah, this is a really cool playset. I highly recommend it. And in another video, I will be talking about the JAKKS Backstage playset, the secondary release of it, because there was the Hall of Pain, but then later on in the Ruthless Aggression era, they did re-release that in a little bit of a different way. So we'll talk about that one too. So thank you guys for watching. Gato, Perro.